Very, very interesting guest today, Austin. Wallace, how are you today?
I am doing it. I'm, doing the best I can.
Okay, so I saw your video on the Neighborhood Talk. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that blog.
I'm not.
Okay, it's ran by a very close friend of mine. Shout out to Kyle. And I saw a video that you recorded of you, I guess, quitting your job to go and work for Jake Paul. Correct.
Logan Paul to go work for
Logan Paul.
Logan
I
Paul.
get them
Yes.
mixed up all the time. And I did see Kyle, I think he posted Jake's picture instead of Logan's. So that's why I'm confused. But Logan Paul. Now, just in case people who aren't familiar with Paul, he is I call him a prankster YouTuber, has multi-millions of fans and followers, and he does a lot of extreme stuff for clout. And so I wanted you on the platform because I'm just trying to get into your mind a little bit because I'm trying to figure something out, right? So if you don't mind telling me what's your age?
I'm 22 years old.
22. Okay. And so, what made you, I guess, start liking Logan Paul? Like, what was it that fascinated you about these guys?
So my whole life, I've never followed them until recently, like
Mm-hmm.
actually pressed to follow. But my whole life, I've seen them when I was younger, I actually had a Vine, and I tried making a Vine, but when I wanted to get in that group, I just didn't have enough. I didn't have a support group to get into it. I wanted to, but my mom, she didn't really support it, and I wanted to get into it. He did like the prank calls when I was younger. You know what I mean? When he first started, um, probably don't know that, but when he was on Vine, he did like the little stuff that he was doing. But then I was like, I really want to get into it. But all my life I've seen him, and what the reason I went up to Ohio during the weigh-in for Jake Paul's fight, and I went up to Logan Paul was I didn't even think I was going to get a window. I just took a risk. I quit my job. I was like, oh, maybe I can get the chance to talk to him. But when I got on stage, I was like I was just so scared. Like I've never met anyone famous before. I went up to him. I was gonna, I was gonna tell him I wanted guidance. I wanted help on trying to, become like them. I wanted to exceed like they did because they're one of the most well-known people out there in social media.
Mm. Now, what I'm trying to figure out is like, because when you said you quit a job where you made $100,000 a year
Yeah,
in Augusta, Georgia,
yeah,
to quit and go and try to take a risk and ask Logan Paul for a job or an opportunity, something for
exactly. Yeah,
free. If you don't mind me asking, what type of work were you doing for
I,
100K a
I was a
year at
welder.
22?
Um,
All right, winos, we are actually live from my dining room. My family and I have just had dinner. We've cleared the table, and now I am here, and you guys are going to see another part of what I do as a part of my health regimen, okay? Now, I've taken antibiotics my entire life. I've stripped my gut health of everything. On top of that, I put gluten on top of that, and it has helped to destroy, more of my gut health, even leading me to have an appendectomy. Okay, I have low mood swings. Okay, low mood swings, all the above, depression. Okay, bloating, fatigue. All right, all because I've stripped my body of what it needs. I'm more prone to infections, bacterial, yeast, you name it. And after seeing my doctor, thank goodness, okay, they highly recommended that I use a daily supplement of a prebiotic and probiotic. And so I've chosen Teamy Blend's Gut Love. I love it because it's vegan, non-GMO, gluten-free, dairy, soy-free, sugar-free. So much so I have to read all this, corn-free, no binders. And I like to put it in the mornings. I like to use it in the mornings in my smoothies because you guys know that I am a daily smoothie drinker, green juice drinker, carrot juice drinker, or after dinner or after a meal, okay, with water, all right? And so you guys are gonna see me take this, and this has about 20 billion, okay, strains, 7 different strains, 20 billion of I cannot pronounce these probiotics, but it's like Bacillus, Subtilius, Lactobacillus, all the stuff that our gut needs to help protect us from foreign invaders. And because I've taken antibiotics, I don't have any. And this is how I get them, okay? And this is how I stay out of the hospital. And this is how I stay from getting sick, okay? And so I've just put my scoop in there. It's a nice little cute chunky scoop, okay? Now, for you guys are thinking that this is probably nasty, it's not. It actually tastes really, really nice, okay? And for those of you guys that aren't water drinkers and you have to flavor your water, why not flavor your water with Teamy Blend's Gut Love, and this is the triple berry flavored powder, okay? This is actually my favorite, okay? And so all I do is put it in there. I'm gonna stir it just a little bit. Go like this. And that's after every meal, okay? In a meal. This is what I do in order to keep my ass from getting sick, okay? And so I'm gonna need you guys to get on top of your gut health. You may suffer from allergies, all sorts of things, okay? It's because your immune system doesn't have any type of support. And we all know that the immune system is in the gut. So if you're constipated, you ain't letting it out, okay? If you're not constipated and you don't have anything helping to keep foreign invaders out, this is what you need to be doing, okay? And so Teamy Blends has offered us, because this is actually one of my favorite products, I can't live without it, a coupon code, 20% off using the code UNWINE, okay? The link is below in the description box. I highly recommend this because I know a lot of y'all, just like me, grew up in the 80s, grew up in the 90s, and you took a shitload of antibiotics. And so guess what? You're probably sick, got allergies, mucus, all sorts of things in your body because you don't have anything to help fight those off, okay? But take advantage of the coupon code offered by Teamy Blends UNWINE and get your 20% off now, okay? Now get out of my dining room. I'm about to go to bed.
I welded. I went to school when I was in my junior and senior year in high school. And then when I turned 18, I went on the road and I started traveling the United States, welding at paper mills, factories, nuclear plants, and anything to deal with welding. I went and did that.
Okay, wow. So you gave up pretty much a career. You would have probably capped out at around 200K by the time you retired.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, wow.
Which I could always go back to weld, and it's always a backup plan. I can always weld my whole life, but it's just, there's always jobs out there for welding, new structures. Oh, well, Chelsea's calling me.
Okay. Let me let her know that you're on with me. She's just pretty aggressive. Okay.
I love it. It's okay.
Yeah. So
Sorry, the
you're
lighting's good.
a welder, of course. I mean, welders do make a shitload of money if they work hard. And so, I mean, you're 22 and you're living it, and you want to give it up to be a YouTuber.
Yes, I always wanted to be in that field, in acting, not just YouTuber, but and I want to build a portfolio on acting. I also want to get into just being an influencer, a talker. I'd love to talk to people eventually in my later career. Obviously, when this moves up, which it is going to, I just want to move up into being an influencer eventually.
Okay. How did you feel when Logan just kind of brushed you off after you
that's
poured
what
your
people
soul out to him and told him everything that you had done to come up here and take a shot?
Yeah. So when I'm not some ungrateful person, and people in the comments, and don't listen to haters, they tell me, but entitled or whatever they want to call me. Or I'm not a hedge fund either. People are thinking I was some hedge fund I grew up with a hedge or whatever they were saying. But it's just I felt really sad that I messed up. It wasn't that he said no to me. I've been told no so many times in my life, especially with welding. And I'm the best. Nuclear is one of the top places for welding. I mean, I exceeded at it. I've worked really hard for welding, and when I did what I did was I didn't notice that there is a lot of work to go with being a YouTuber. There's so much work with it, and a lot of behind the scenes, and it's a lot of smoke and mirrors that people don't see the process. So when he said no, yes, I was upset. But initially, when I cried, when I made that video of me crying, it was all emotion about me messing up and choking. That's why I felt the way I did and why I was upset.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of took me by surprise when I did see you cry, because I was like, well, damn, like, can't you go back to work? So you don't want to go back to welding, is what you're saying?
I need to go back to work. I need to. I want to just take the chance and I want to go and move to LA, like you said, or go move somewhere where their action is and I can actually collab with people because, it's kind of hard in Augusta, Georgia, in the middle of nowhere to collab with people. I mean, I could fly them out, but that's just more money that they have to spend or I have to spend or whatever it is, the case is, which I'm low on money right now. But
So so I have to ask, what's your living situation now? I kind of heard through the grapevine that you were homeless now. Is that true? Living out of your car?
um, to I'm on the verge of maybe getting kicked out of my roommate. I do have a roommate. He said that I need to go find something to do or I need to go do this, and I'm trying to figure out what my next move with maybe being on YouTube or being what I want, pursuing my dream. But yeah, I'm like back and forth. Them yelling at me saying you better go back to Welding or you're going to be gone. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
it's just back and forth. And he's a nice guy. The guy I'm rooming with, the guy who owns the house, but it's one of the workers that I was working with at the nuclear plant.
Okay. What you do with all the money you made? $100,000 is a lot of money. You shouldn't have no
So
roommate. You should own a house with that kind of
a
salary.
lot of it,
What's going
a lot
on?
of it went, a lot of it. I'm horrible with finances, I guess. A lot of it went to seeing my family. So I'm not, and I said I don't have a lot of family that's close in my video, which I have some family. I have my grandmother, and I also have me and my mother weren't the tightest when I was younger, but I'm starting to gradually get a relationship. Especially since I
Mm-hmm.
started TikTok, I've been starting to get a relationship with a lot of my family. They've been seeing a lot of my face, but they didn't really notice. Nothing against them, which they found a lot of offense from the other video, but nothing against them. But recently they started coming out. And when I was younger, we weren't that close. We weren't. I mean, that's the plain truth. And then a lot of friends that I've had were a lot of fake friends, and you'll have that everywhere.
So
But
they were taking your money.
the friends,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So like we'd go out and like you can buy me shots. You know what I mean? We can just be drinking buddies. You know what I mean?
Oh wow. Okay. That's
A lot of
that's
people have those.
um how do you feel about people, and it's probably going to seem a little harsh coming from me being that I am black, you're white. How do you feel about people saying that you quitting your job, making the decision to quit your job where you made $100,000 a year, to move across the country and assume you were going to get a job is a sign of white privilege? How do you feel about that?
Would that be going into politics or no?
Oh, however you want to answer.
Okay.
No judgment here.
No judgment here.
No.
So no, I absolutely. So I didn't get the job,
Okay.
obviously. So, but no, it was just me taking a risk. It wasn't about being right white privilege or anything. Nothing on that. It
Okay.
was just me taking a risk on my own, just trying to go for my dreams.
No,
I just want. I just
I guess you don't understand the question. The question is like, okay, so obviously you're white. Obviously there
yeah
is a code that okay, we Americans live by, that the lighter your skin, the whiter you are, the more privilege you have. And so as a black person, I couldn't dare, you're talking to somebody who came up in the ranks of YouTube while having a job. And so I
yeah
couldn't dare quit my job to pursue YouTube or move across the country to take a shot because there are different barriers that I have to go through. Okay. Whereas you are definitely a white man. There is some privilege that comes with that. And being that you do make, good money, did you feel like, you know what, I can just leave everything, go and come back to it if I need to. So it's really no big deal. But now, you know, you're in a situation now to where you're having to make a decision as to whether or not you got to go back to work. So I guess that's my question. How do you feel about people saying that you're exercising your privilege because you thought maybe a door would be open just simply because of
of my color.
yeah,
No, I don't believe that.
you don't.
I mean, I don't believe it's because of my color. I mean, that's not how I feel.
Yeah.
That's not how I feel at all.
Okay. I mean, that is a pretty big thing to do, to leave everything that you know and you worked for to go
Yeah, I feel like
and take
any.
a chance
Yeah.
on two assholes who don't give a shit about you. Um, you know.
Yeah, I
So
mean, and people don't notice that he pretty much just brushed me off, like you said in the beginning of the talk. He just pretty much said what I wanted to hear. I mean, not what I wanted to hear, but what everyone else wanted him to say. Pretty much, hey, go to LA. If you're able to go up to me, you're able to go up to other people. Just do exactly what you did to me. But like, I mean, I wasn't expecting a handout. I was expecting some guidance, and he gave me some guidance, some, vague guidance, which anybody could give.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, what I'm saying is it. I don't know what I'm saying. What I'm saying, all right. What I'm saying is, it was rough for me to do what I did, honestly, because I never been in a big audience like that before. It was actually a big milestone for me, and I'm glad what he said to me was some good advice. Honestly, it was. I want to move to LA, but I don't know if that's the right move for me
Okay. But you got a lot of
right now.
clout from it. I mean, you're on
I
UNWINEWITHTASHAK.
did.
We have 1 million followers. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, it got the attention of a lot of people, and I have seen you doing other interviews. But I just kind of wanted to see where your headspace was. And as one YouTuber to another, whether you're white, black, or whatever, I mentor a lot of YouTubers and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
all of them kept jobs and worked their way up in YouTube. And that's the only way to
they
get
did.
it. Yeah. Yeah, people don't tell you what really goes on behind the scenes, but yeah, we work until the check is good enough to where we don't have to work, and so you just kind of have to make videos. And I would, if I were you right now, you're in your car, your back is against the wall. This is where you need to start blogging. This is you have to show people the ins and outs of your life if that's what you want to do, and that's how these guys got popular. And they do have a privilege that they're exercising because you don't see YouTubers with those type of numbers, you know what I'm saying, that happen to be of any other color but Caucasian. And so there is a privilege, and along with the hard work, of course. And so I believe the sky's the limit for you because you are still young. And so go back to work, okay, feed yourself and make your videos on your day off.
Yeah. So I get Sunday off,
Well,
but
go
that's
go
one
work
day's
part
enough.
time. Go work part time. Go make $50,000 a year. Tell them you go to school.
I Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you're absolutely right. I need to go back to work, and like I said, it's a lot harder than what I thought it was.
Yeah, yeah. YouTubing is hard, but if you really want it, you can do it. And like I
Oh
said,
yeah, absolutely.
go to work and take your money and invest it in yourself and make your videos and document your life. I think you're interested enough and you're crazy enough to where people want to follow you and ask more questions because I mean, like who in the fuck quits $100,000 job in Augusta, Georgia to go to California and beg a man to work
I
for
do.
free? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. So,
Yeah.
but I guarantee you, if you were white and had some long blonde hair, you would have got the job. You know he has a type. He has a type. So,
I need to
but
dye my hair then. Oh
yeah,
God.
grow it a little longer, dye your hair, just lose a little bit of weight. Curve it up, wear a waist trainer, and you'll get right through the door. So yeah, but no, so you're doing pretty well on TikTok.
Yeah. Yeah. I
TikTok is
mean, it's going on.
monetizable.
I did do the fund. I did do the creator fund on it.
Okay.
I
Okay.
should have done it before I did blow up, but I didn't.
Okay.
But there is certain criteria you need to hit over 100,000 or
Yeah.
followers. But yeah, it's I definitely want to monetize, and I definitely want to make a brand. I want to make a
Okay.
brand about but I want to make a brand about maybe going for the people that want to exceed in whatever dream they have. I want to make a brand going around that because yeah, I don't white privilege, but even though I know you were saying that because of color you have to go through different steps, and I don't know that those steps.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know those different blocks that you have to go through because
Well,
of a
black
different.
creators do not get the same type of clout as white creators in that the powers to be on these platforms ensure that. So unless you're a Will Smith or a Rock, of course that's
Yeah,
different. But if you're coming up in the ranks, it's hard, and it's only one versus thousands of white
right.
creators, and so that has been a big problem that we've kind of brought up to YouTube. And so, like I said, you shouldn't have a problem at all as long as you document the authenticity of yourself.
Yeah, and I definitely want to be myself. I definitely want to
Okay.
be genuine, and I have a lot of people going up to me. People that knew me. We weren't really close or anything, but they go up to me. Recently, I just went and saw my buddy sing. I just stopped by and saw him sing, and a lot of people there knew me. They were like, "Wow, people are really bashing you, but I think you're a good guy." And that's just, he said, she said, but that's what they said to me. And not to talk anything good about me, but I'm just saying I'm a good guy. To all the people that are out there, I mean, people that are hating, I'm a genuine guy. I honestly believe that I am. I honestly
Okay.
believe I'm a nice guy,
Okay.
and I'd
Well,
love
I
to
mean,
explain that. And I'd love to show everybody that, and I'd love to do more. So
well, you
yeah,
seem very humbled. I mean, fame can change you, of course. But we shall see, and I'll definitely be watching. And I'm sure so will my viewers. Where can people follow you and watch your journey?
do I?
Where can people follow you and watch your journey?
Good,
No, where can they?
good.
What's your
Oh, where can they
Instagram?
follow
Yeah,
me?
yeah, yeah.
So they can follow me on my Instagram handle, my definitely TikTok.
Okay.
And that's they're not all the same. So TikTok's AJ underscore Wallace 100, and then my Instagram is Austin underscore Wallace. Um, and then also on YouTube, Austin Wallace. You can look that up, and they can follow me on all that on all those handles. And that's really main handles right now. Just started going into Twitter, but I'm not really big in Twitter. I've never
Okay.
really been a big Twitter.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah,
All right.
those are my handles.
All right. Well, no, I really appreciate you coming on and being so open and transparent and answering the questions. And we'll definitely be following your journey over here at UNWINEWITHTASHAK. So I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah, if you need anything, if and I definitely love advice if you have any for me, and I like the advice that you gave me so far. So,
The advice is before we go, and this is to any YouTuber or aspiring YouTuber, the same energy you put into quitting your job and going across the country, put that shit into your videos.